Tonight we are counting down the top 10 creepiest paranormal mysteries of all time. A definitive ranking of chilling cases where science still has no answers. From cursed antiques that reportedly drive owners to madness, to vanishings with no bodies or trails, these entries span haunted objects, unexplained disappearances, cosmic signals, and more. Some have left seasoned investigators shaken and entire communities searching for answers. But this is not even the most dangerous object we will uncover today. Let us begin with number 10. In the shadow of Vermont's Glastonbury Mountain, a string of vanishings unsettled the region between 1945 and 1950. 5 people vanished: Mitty Rivers, Paula Weldon, James Tedford, Paul Jepson, and Frida Langer. Mitty Rivers, a seasoned woodsman, was last seen leading hunters near Hell Hollow Brook. Only a single rifle cartridge was ever found. Paula Weldon, an 18-year-old college student, set out for a hike on the Long Trail and was never seen again. Her disappearance triggered one of the largest searches in Vermont's history, drawing in police, volunteers, and even the National Guard. James Tedford vanished from a moving bus. His luggage was still on his seat. 8-year-old Paul Jepson disappeared from his mother's truck at a local dump, and despite bloodhounds and search parties combing the woods, no clues surfaced. Frida Langer's body was eventually found, months after she vanished, so decomposed that no cause of death could be determined. And it was found in an area that had already been searched. Hundreds scoured the forests and hills, on foot, on horseback, and by aircraft. Yet in 4 of the 5 cases, there were no bodies, no trails, no answers. The Bennington Triangle remains a place where people can simply vanish, leaving only questions behind. In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers set up camp on the icy slopes of Kholat Syakhl in Russia's Ural Mountains. By morning, their tent was found slashed open from the inside. Footprints in the snow led away into the darkness, some barefoot, some in socks. The searchers who followed those tracks would uncover a scene that defied explanation. Bodies lay scattered across a frozen ravine, some nearly naked, others wearing layers of clothing taken from the dead. 6 died of hypothermia, but 3 showed massive internal injuries: shattered ribs, crushed skulls, yet almost no external wounds. Lyudmila Dubinina's tongue and eyes were missing. Forensic teams noted something even stranger: traces of radiation on several victims' clothes, at levels beyond natural background. Soviet investigators proposed an avalanche, but the pattern of trauma and the tense condition did not fit. Theories multiplied: military tests gone wrong, secret weapons, even encounters with the unknown. Decades later, modern avalanche models can recreate some injuries, but the combination of radiation and internal injuries deepens the mystery. No explanation accounts for every anomaly. The Dyatlov Pass remains a place where hard evidence only leads to more questions. Across continents and centuries, thousands of people have described the same chilling encounter: a dark, human-shaped figure glimpsed just at the edge of vision. These shadow people are most often reported during the moments between waking and sleep, an experience known as hypnagogia. But sightings are not limited to bedrooms or nighttime. Accounts come from children and adults, city dwellers and rural farmers, and share a striking consistency. The form is tall, featureless, and often stands motionless, watching. Neuroscientists have studied how the brain interprets shapes in low light and how peripheral vision can misfire under stress or fatigue. Yet these explanations fall short of one key detail. Why do so many people, across cultures and backgrounds, describe nearly identical figures? Attempts to link shadow people to sleep paralysis or psychological stress explain some cases, but not the global uniformity of the reports. Scientists struggle to explain uniform forms appearing in the same way to so many. The mystery endures, fueled by the sense that something or someone might be lurking just out of sight. On August 4, 1942, the U.S. Navy blimp L-8 lifted off from Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay on a routine patrol. Two experienced crewmen, Lieutenant Ernest Cody and Ensign Charles Adams, were at the controls. Their mission was to search the coast for enemy submarines. Within hours, the blimp lost radio contact and drifted inland. By midday, it had crashed onto a quiet street in Daly City. The gondola was intact, engines still running, radio working, and the cabin door open. But the crew had vanished. No distress calls were recorded. No parachutes were missing. Safety belts hung unfastened, and both men's caps remained on their seats. Navy salvage teams combed the blimp for clues. The fuel tanks were full, and the controls showed no sign of struggle. Witnesses on the ground recalled seeing the blimp descend awkwardly, but no one saw anyone jump or fall. The official inquiry found no evidence of sabotage, mechanical failure, or enemy action. Search parties scoured the coastline and the water for days, but neither man was ever found. The L-8, soon dubbed the Ghost Blimp, returned to service, but its original crew was never seen again. An aircraft with all its hardware present, yet its human element missing. No escape, no parachutes deployed. The only thing left behind was a mystery that refuses to fade. In the English town of Hexham, 1957, a tragedy struck the Pollock family. Two young sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, were killed in a car accident. Grief shadowed the home, but the following year, 1958, Florence Pollock gave birth to twin girls, Jillian and Jennifer. As toddlers, the twins began to speak of places and events from before their birth. They described the school their sisters attended, named teachers, and recognized landmarks in a town they had never visited. Even more unsettling, Jennifer had birthmarks that matched Jacqueline's scars. The girls identified toys that had belonged to their late sisters and insisted on names and stories only the family would know. Psychiatrists and researchers, including Dr. Ian Stevenson, interviewed the family over several years, searching for signs of suggestion or coaching. Yet the twins' knowledge seemed to come unprompted, and their memories faded as they grew older, just as Stevenson had noted in other alleged reincarnation cases. Psychology offers partial explanations: childhood fantasy, parental influence, or cryptomnesia. But the level of detail and the emotional certainty defy easy answers. The Pollock twins' case remains a medical puzzle, one that challenges the boundaries of memory, identity, and what it means to live more than one life. Even today, no scientific theory fully explains how two children could recall lives they never lived. In the high desert of northeastern Utah, a stretch of land known as Skinwalker Ranch has attracted scientists, government agencies, and thrill seekers for decades. Skinwalker Ranch. The property's reputation is built on a relentless stream of unexplained events, sudden UFO sightings, reports of shape-shifting creatures, and livestock mutilations that defy conventional forensics. Unexplained events. But what sets Skinwalker Ranch apart from rumor is the sheer volume of instrument data collected on site. Teams from the National Institute for Discovery Science, backed by aerospace entrepreneur Robert Bigelow, installed magnetometers, radiation detectors, and surveillance systems across the property from 1996 to 2004. Instrument data. Their logs recorded electromagnetic spikes strong enough to drain batteries, scramble electronics, and induce sudden medical symptoms: vertigo, nausea, and even brief paralysis among researchers and visitors. Electromagnetic surges. In 2008, the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency quietly funded further studies under a $22 million contract, sending government scientists to document aerial phenomena and energy anomalies. Modern investigations, led by physicist Eric Bard and current owner Brandon Fugel, continue to register unexplained electromagnetic fields and collect incident logs that link technical malfunctions with sightings of unidentifiable lights and mysterious animal tracks. Despite years of sensor readings and official scrutiny, no peer-reviewed study has explained the convergence of electromagnetic surges, creature reports, and aerial anomalies. No answer. Skinwalker Ranch stands as a rare crossroads, where folklore, eyewitness testimony, and hard data collide, and where every answer seems to open a new question. Crossroads. Docked for decades in Long Beach, California, the RMS Queen Mary draws crowds for its sheer size and storied past. But it is the ship's afterlife that has made it infamous. Since retiring in 1967, the Queen Mary has become the site of hundreds of reported ghost sightings, so many that museum staff keep detailed incident logs. Visitors and employees alike describe shadowy figures in period uniforms, sudden cold spots, and the echo of footsteps in empty corridors. The most active areas include the ship's swimming pool, engine room, and the infamous Door 13, where a crewman was crushed during a wartime accident. What sets the Queen Mary apart from other haunted places isn't just the volume of reports, but the physical evidence left behind. Investigators have documented temperature drops of 20 degrees within seconds, captured thermal images showing unexplained human-shaped heat signatures, and recorded audio clips of voices, knocks, and even children's laughter when no one else was present. In 2008, a team from the International Ghost Hunter Society cataloged more than 150 separate incidents in a single year. Scientific attempts to explain the phenomena, ranging from drafts and old pipes to electromagnetic interference, fail to account for the consistency and concentration of the activity. The Queen Mary's thick steel walls and isolated compartments make many of these anomalies difficult to attribute to natural causes. Thermal and audio evidence remains unexplained. For many, the Queen Mary is more than a museum. It is a floating archive of the unexplained, where the past refuses to stay silent. Number 3 on the list brings us to a modest council house in Enfield, North London, where in 1977, a series of events would become one of the most rigorously documented hauntings in history. It started with Janet Hodgson, who was 11, and her sister Margaret, reporting strange knocking sounds and furniture that slid across the floor on its own. Their mother, Peggy, called the police when a heavy chair moved several feet in front of her. The responding constable, WPC Carolyn Heaps, wrote in her official notebook that she witnessed the chair shift without visible cause, a detail that would set this case apart from typical ghost stories. As the disturbances escalated, investigators from the Society for Psychical Research, including Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, set up cameras and audio recorders in the home. Over the next 18 months, they captured hundreds of hours of evidence: drawers opening by themselves, toys flying across rooms, and most chillingly, a series of guttural voices that seemed to come from Janet herself. These voices, recorded on tape, claimed to be the spirit of a man named Bill Wilkins, who had died in the house years earlier. The voice phenomenon was so pronounced that speech therapists and doctors were brought in to rule out ventriloquism or medical trickery. None could offer a definitive explanation. Skeptics have argued that the girls faked some incidents, and photographs show Janet apparently bouncing on her bed during supposed levitations. Yet not all the evidence is so easily dismissed. BBC crews experienced equipment failures inside the house, and independent witnesses, including neighbors and journalists, reported unexplained cold spots, knocks, and objects moving in real time. The Enfield poltergeist case remains a battleground between believers and doubters, but its mountain of live recorded audio and police verified events place it among the most compelling paranormal mysteries ever put on record. Even today, no one can fully explain what happened in that small house on Green Street. In the high desert town of Taos, New Mexico, an unrelenting sound hangs just below the threshold of normal hearing. In the early 1990s, residents began lodging hundreds of complaints about a persistent low-frequency hum, described as a throbbing engine-like vibration that never quite fades. Epidemiological surveys show that about 2% of Taos's population can hear it, a small but vocal group plagued by sleepless nights, headaches, and a constant sense of unease. The reports were so consistent that local officials commissioned acoustic engineers to investigate. Sound level meters and frequency analyzers were deployed in homes and on open land, recording faint signals in the 30 to 80 hertz range. Yet these readings never matched the intensity or pattern described by the hearers. Theories multiplied: distant factories, secret military transmitters, underground geological shifts, even mass suggestion. Some researchers pointed to the possibility of autoacoustic emissions, sounds generated within the ear itself, while others suggested unusual atmospheric conditions might be amplifying natural or man-made noise. But no industrial source, power line, or seismic event has ever been linked to the hum. Acoustic mapping of the area failed to pinpoint any consistent origin, and controlled experiments found no environmental factor that could explain why only a fraction of residents are affected. The Taos hum stands apart from ghost stories and isolated visions. It is a community-wide phenomenon, measured but never fully captured, leaving scientists with data but no answers. The hum remains, as it always has, just out of reach, an audible enigma that refuses to be silenced. As the search for its source continues, the mystery only deepens, echoing the possibility that some signals are meant to remain unsolved. In the summer of 1977, a radio telescope called Big Ear stood in a quiet field outside Delaware, Ohio, scanning the sky for signals that might prove we are not alone. On August 15th, at precisely 10:16 p.m., the telescope's printout recorded a burst of radio energy so strong and so distinct that astronomer Jerry Eyman circled the data with a red pen and wrote a single word in the margin: "Wow." The signal lasted exactly 72 seconds, the time it took the sky to drift through Big Ear's fixed beam. Its frequency was 1,420.4556 megahertz, almost a perfect match for the 21-centimeter hydrogen line, a wavelength scientists have long considered the most likely channel for interstellar communication. The signal's intensity, captured as the code 6EQUJ5, rose and fell in a pattern that fit what astronomers would expect from a point source in deep space. At its peak, it registered 30 times stronger than the background noise, an anomaly so sharp and clean that it ruled out most forms of terrestrial interference. The coordinates pointed toward a patch of sky in the constellation Sagittarius, just above the plane of our galaxy. Yet when Big Ear and other telescopes turned back to that spot, night after night, nothing like it was ever detected again. Over the next 4 decades, the WOW signal became the holy grail of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, a single unrepeatable whisper from the stars. Scientists tested every explanation they could imagine: satellites, secret military transmissions, radio reflections from Earth, even passing comets. Each hypothesis fell apart under scrutiny. The signal's narrow bandwidth and perfect alignment with the hydrogen line made natural explanations unlikely. The comet theory, once considered promising, was dismissed after careful analysis of the signal's sharp rise and fall, which no known comet could produce. Breakthrough. Listen and other projects have since devoted hundreds of hours to scanning the same coordinates with more sensitive equipment. The result is always the same: silence. The original printout, with its famous circled, is now preserved as a relic of scientific curiosity, a reminder that, in all our listening, only once has the universe answered back in a way that still defies every earthly explanation. Stands alone at the edge of our understanding, a message, a fluke, or something else entirely. For now, it remains the greatest unsolved mystery in the history of the search for life beyond our world. Across all 10 cases, one pattern stands out. The unknown persists. No matter how advanced our technology or determined our skepticism, these mysteries endure because they defy explanation, blurring the line between reality and imagination. In a world obsessed with proof, it's the questions we can't answer that haunt us most and remind us how much we still have to discover.